Hey guys, Sean at Top 5 Fit. Wanted to go over a topic that's kind of been on my mind about over the past actually couple of years, but for some reason today it seems to, I don't know, be a little hotter on my brain, and mainly because I just got out of a dispute with a PhD hormonal specialist on why a bigger and better booty can't be built. So basically my argument is, and it's an argument that's not mine, it's one that's been around since pretty much time began, art versus science. So are you an artist or are you the hardcore scientist? You have to have facts. You have to have, studies with test groups and actual results that were produced in a laboratory. Or are you the person that feels the rhythm of the path that you're supposed to be on? You kind of navigate your way with more of a, I guess, sense-based touch, feel, eyesight, hearing, that kind of thing, taste. So no matter which side you lie on, I think it's a good idea to kind of learn from both sides instead of just acting like either side is invalid. So the argument that we had was why they can't build a better butt. And the immediate reasons that were brought up were genetics and hormonal imbalances. Here's the problem. Science has proven that genetics and hormonal imbalances exist. And these things create lulls in gains. And you can't necessarily progress as quickly as you would if you did not have these issues going on. However, there's also people who have never read any of that information, don't even know that information exists, and, pardon my French, started out with pancake asses and now have something worthy of stepping on stage. And they built that. That's not something that they didn't think would happen because the science said it wouldn't. They basically took on a practice, created a habit, and in turn made a butt. And I'm minimalizing. We're talking about butts. But the big, I guess, draw from all of this is art and science ultimately were meant to work together. And you need to be able to find positives on both sides of the plate, draw them together and create something that's ultimately good for you. In the world of fitness, there are so many specialized scientists. There are so many individuals that ultimately say this way is the way. So you get an individual in, this individual, and this happens to me a lot. Other trainers out there, let me know if this happens to you when dealing with, people coming in. But this is becoming a habit. Like in the past couple years, I've noticed it more and more. When I ask somebody about their goals, they immediately start with their limitations. They start with, okay, this is what I want to do, but this is what I'm willing to do to get there. I can't do this, I can't do that. I don't have time for this. This isn't going to work. This doesn't feel good. And then you, as the science-based trainer, yeah, I'm a little tired. I've been up since 4. You, the science-based trainer, then go into your Rolodex of programs and come up with a way that this individual can lose the maximum amount of body fat in 30 days, only training 1 hour twice a week. Now, right away, you'll see high-intensity programs or even bar programs or long mileage programs. There's program after program after program that will get this person to where they want to be. The problem is, you never once figured out what that person was willing to do. It would be nice if every new person that walked into my office immediately hopped into interval level conditioning and gassed themselves every single time they came into the gym. Oh, sweet God, that would be wonderful. The problem with that is, in dealing with general population, I would destroy a lot of bodies. I would create a lot of damage. Now, there's a quote, because of course I'm going to butcher it, that sticks in my head. And it was all about the difference between those who have been in battle and those who haven't. Those who have never truly been in a fight tend to glorify it. They tend to make it seem as if it's desirable. Those who have been fighting for a long period of time, they realize the cost. They realize the damage that it can create, and they really want nothing to do with that. In the fitness industry, you've got a lot of people hopping into this as the new cure-all, and they're going to listen to what the science says. They're going to say, if I do this CrossFit class, or if I do this high-intensity workout with this trainer on this day at this hour and eat these kinds of foods, my body's going to turn into this. The problem is they never once considered whether or not they could actually tolerate that kind of training. There was no progression. And that's what's lost with not taking into consideration the artful way. You taking the time and learning about each step in the process to get you to where you want to be. You want to lose 30 pounds? It's not supposed to happen overnight. It's supposed to take some time, because you're going to find out what you can eat and what you cannot eat. You're going to find out what training methods work and which ones don't work. You're going to find out what things interrupt daily activities and what enhances them. At the end of the day, this is also supposed to be about you bettering you. And if the only thing you do is wake up and follow what a research article in Muscle and Fitness says, sorry, Muscle and Fitness, it's not, your fault, that's what you guys do, but, this is what people do. You pick up said article, read it, and then try to apply it. It doesn't work. That's a failure you put on yourself, instead of realizing that that particular program might not work for me in this scenario. These are the things that I'm bringing to the table now. What do I have that's going to benefit me the most and better me the most out of all of that? So, things to think about. As far as like carrying that into your training world, a little bit of background: wrestling, football, a little bit of jiu-jitsu, cheerleading, long distance running, working in bars for 13 years. None of these things go together. None of them. Yeah, there was even a point in time where I was dancing in a group at clubs and competitions. Yeah, so there's this diversity in activity. None of them you would even think to pair next to each other. Yet, every one of them has pretty much benefited me to this day going into the next activity. The wrestling benefited the distance running. The distance running benefited the jiu-jitsu. So when you can make those connections, that cross-discipline connection, now you're paying more attention to the art. You're using the science and the art together. So when I need to know how to move a 250-pound body across a trail efficiently and with as little damage as possible, I'm going to listen to the distance runners, the sprinters, the power lifters, as well as the all-you-can-eat guys. These are the opinions that I want to hear, because ultimately the science just says you shouldn't do it. It's not something that works. The bodies don't go together. You're talking about too many specialized things, too many individual things, and they don't work. Well, that's always been the point of my travels in the fitness world, is to make it work, to be able to do everything, to meld those disciplines together and get as much benefit as you possibly can. So, thanks for listening to me rant and rave. Still pretty out. We're going to pick this up to a jog. I was a little out of breath the last time running and trying to balance this thing, so I'm not going to try that again for a little bit. And of course, if there's anything else you think you want me to go over or cover, any questions you may have, leave them in the comment box. Don't forget to like and subscribe, because we will have more videos coming. Thanks again.